If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, what you see, come and get your body. Losing up the tension, baby, feel elation. I'll be here for you. I love body, show you good relations. Baby, feel elation. This is all I got. Let it go, lose control like you're on a ride. Let me free your mind, let me free your mind. Give it up, never stop, don't be scared of heights. Let me free your mind, let me free your mind. Let me free, let me free your mind. Let me free, let me free your mind. If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all the war. Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I'll give you some. Feel your body, losing up the tension. Baby, feel elation, I'll be here for you. Feel your body, show you good relations. Baby, feel elation, this is what I do. Let it go, lose control like you're on the ground. Let me free your mind, let me free your mind. Give it up, never stop, don't be scared of heights. Let me free your mind, let me free your mind. Let me free, let me free your mind. Let me free your mind, let me free your mind. This will be your last call. 20 minutes, you're done being alone. This will be your last call. 20 minutes, you're done being alone. This will be your last call. 20 minutes, you're done being alone. This will be your last call. 20 minutes, you're done being alone. This will be your last call. 20 minutes, you're done being alone. I'm on the train headed back to Indiana. The rain is forming into rivers outside, writing down all the things that I miss, and in the letters you take form. No, I won't go back tonight with a habit to the restless me. I'm leaving all that stuff behind. We can start all over in our hometown. What did we? It could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see how you make everything more in place. You in the air that I can't place. Now I see a silhouette in the dark. It's like time has stood still. I'm gonna hold you tight this time around. Now feeling like I need to escape. The world outside only made me down. 'Cause I just wanna be here in our hometown, running free. It could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see. I'm feeling everything falling in place. You make everything falling in place. It's just like the saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone. You know I know in my hometown, running free, it could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see. I'm feeling everything falling in place. You make everything falling in place. You say Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, today we are going to start our live now. Are you ready? And we have Fred here. Yep. Unmute him
Hello,
first.
everyone.
And then also I would have Ivan. Give me a moment. Yep.
Hey,
Ivan, you're on. Yep.
Hello.
Hi. So, yeah, we have three of us now on the stream. So, yeah, let me introduce everyone first because only me know each and everyone here. Fred is my business partner, so he's also with me in Tioman. Ivan is one of our friends, currently stuck in Kuala Lumpur. Once you go to so technically, we are bringing him into the island now.
I can see the sunshine.
we try our best. Imagine there is sunshine at the back. Okay, yeah. So today our topic will be more onto fun dive. Previous few episodes we have different kind of topics. We have open water, we have continuing educations, we have side mounts, we have also into rescue courses. So today we are get into what everyone wants to know about, which is simple fun dive. Yeah, even you're open water diver, you are getting into fun dive. But then I think it's going to be very, very potong steam if we try to promote fun dive at this moment and then ask them to go to island and then they still start.
Jangan bro, jangan. Sekarang tak boleh.
It will be
Kita
too
tangkap
cool. So let's help them to plan out their fun dive trip then. Yeah. So at least they have an idea. Now at this moment we have three different people. Okay. If you follow the link below, okay, you type in the link below https://diverlive, you can get into our live as well and join us as video. Yeah. So you'll be one of the character here, somewhere here. Yeah. So yeah, we are here ready for you to come in as well. Okay. So anyone who wants to join in, you want to join in instead of live comments. If you feel shy with your face, you can still use live comments under the Facebook main feed, okay, which is under my feed there. Yeah. So then you don't need to show your face. I can pull up your comments here. For example, for those who are first time here, so like Bear just said, "Hello guys." Yes, that is how you join live as packs as well. Okay, so let's start with one of our first questions. Okay, seems like that's the sound from Fred. Yeah, there are a bit of construction behind the scene for our dive center as well. Yeah, so how usually you arrange your dive trip? You go through agents, you arrange yourself, or you directly book through the dive center, or you ask your friends to arrange it. So maybe starts with Fred.
Me? I'm based on the island. I don't plan my dive trips. I'm always here. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You have to plan early in the morning, you know, which leg to take out to step first.
Yeah.
Which hand to eat first.
Yeah. So what about Ivan? Yeah. I mean, besides you arrange it for your customer, okay? What about for yourself? I mean, for a fun dive trip that you pay for yourself, yeah, where you have to pay one. It's not the one that people pay you.
Oh, I have to pay. Okay. If I go for my own trip, first of all, I'll be more picky lah. Okay, so number one, picky in the sense is that where am I going to stay first? The first thing I look is the toilet. Serious. Because the toilet tells you a lot of things. The toilet tells you a lot of things. Yeah, whether the place is going to be a good nice stay. Yeah, whether the place will have good service. You know, toilet is the number one thing I'll check. Yeah, so same goes to my wife lah. I learned that from her. That she actually traveled more than me. So you check the toilet.
Also, you want to scroll through booking.com, the first thing you actually want to see is the toilet lah.
Whether they got show toilet picture or not? No toilet picture.
So next time as an operator now in Island, we learn something. We Photoshop not the Photoshop the dive center nicely. We want to. So then only you will join it in, right?
Yeah, correct. We check the toilet first. Okay lah. But we'll see a lot of things because I mean
I have both of you stuck. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, just now the line a bit stuck. Okay, so technically you will okay if I Photoshop the toilet photo, and then it looks very beautiful, very luxurious.
You Photoshop never mind. You Photoshop never mind. You make sure come that time your toilet must be exactly like the Photoshop. Okay.
So, technically, the first buying reasons for you is the toilet.
Yeah lah, toilet.
That's very interesting.
Toilet very important one. You dive, when you dive,
Actually, I know a lot of
because
people
at the
like
end of the day, by the end of the day, right?
I'm
when
also
you dive, you Fred, you also right?
I'm also one of the person like that. Yeah. I'm very afraid of those toilet that is like yellowish, got mosses. It's really scary already. Yeah. Plain, clean toilet, simple, got hot shower, got clean toilet bowl. That is very good for me already. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Same also.
So
for me, when for me when I arrange for trip, then I'm also quite intim one. I'm also quite a diva. Yeah. So I make sure.
That's an understatement, William. Also quite a diva.
Yeah. That's the statement that I think I would not deny that at all. Yeah. So that's when I arrange for a trip. Also, every time I try my best to look at review, look at different kind of people comments, and every time I look at how people complain first. What are they complaining? And can I handle that complaint or not? If I cannot handle that complaint, for example, they say they got like spots and dirt and slimy things on the bed. That's what immediately I realize I don't care already. I'm not going. And then there is 10 comments saying that also. Sorry lah, I'm not going to come back to that hotel. Not even choose it at all lah. That one is my first thing lah. Accommodation is really important, I think.
Yes. Because you see, you spend more time in the resort after you dive, right? You dive. Say for example, like if you don't go Thailand, if you Thailand maybe because of the travel between from one dive site to another dive site, you take hours. Yeah. So probably you spend really the whole day outside. But when we come back, you're again going to spend more than probably 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours in the resort. Yeah, and if you're going to stay in the shabby resort, right? I mean, come on, you're going for a trip, you want to relax, right? So
exactly.
Why put yourself in such a situation, right? So you say it's correct. The toilet is the first thing I check. Number 2 is that I will check reviews. Very important. Review is very important. Okay, because if you get a cheap, you say you go and get a cheap resort, but you stay there, you go and put yourself you go inside jail like that. And then every day you're just looking forward to go for a dive, and then when you come back after your dive, you come to resort, shit, I'm going to stay in this resort. Shit. So check the review. What service they give, what kind of facilities, what kind of things you get, right? So basically, you get what you pay for, right? You pay cheap one, you get cheap stuff, lor. So,
yeah. 1 cent you pay, 1 cent you get, oh.
Yeah, lor.
Okay, so when you travel, you prefer to be in solo, small group, or in a big group? Yeah, different people got different preference.
When I travel, okay, very good question. Long.
Of course, for business purpose, you bring like a big group for money making purpose, right? But then for you also bring small group. Then another small group player also.
Big group.
If I'm traveling, I prefer traveling solo. Even if I'm taking groups out, I prefer smaller groups. I mean, I'll give you a simple example. I mean, you got 10 people, you got 10 different ways of doing the same thing, you know. So
Yeah.
the more people you have, the more ways of doing exactly the same thing, you know. So it's a lot better to do it, keep it small groups, so easier to
Yeah.
manage. Easier to manage.
So
For me, okay, very long time I've actually not really went for really a personal fun trip lah. Okay, not
Same
very
here.
often. Not very often. Even if we go, let's say me and Karin go only lah. Okay, basically it's just to go for a place, go to a new place to recce, just to find out okay whether that is it what they're saying, you know, and then whether is it worth going there and things like that. We go for recce, and that is at those times that we really consider it as our own personal trip. That's the only time. Yeah, but really for personal trip, jarang bro, susah lah bro for business. Susah.
yeah, like sharing this comment here. Okay, never big group. I want to see fish, not to see diver.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one, small group for if it is for photography. So Ken, maybe you want to comment again. If it is not a photography trip, would you actually consider doing a bigger group for maybe party? Maybe there are some other activities you might want to join into for a fun dive trip. So for me, I think the biggest group that I've been before is actually both of my trip to Maldives, where I have like 20 people on the same boat, and then we are there for 9 days. Luckily, things is because we almost all as friends, we know each other, so that is not a big issue for us. I can imagine if I suddenly need to join into a big group of people who I have no idea who are they, that would be a pain for me because they might have a very different ways of living. They might be different ways of diving as well. That might affect us. I think that could be a consider. Yeah, but then how many people actually prefer solo? I'm just wonder out there who are watching live here, how many of you are actually prefer solo, like going alone, or just going you and your wife like that? Ivan, what about you? Do you actually go with your wife, like 2-person to a trip like that?
Oh yes.
So small.
I would like to do that again soon.
Okay. Why do you actually like to do like small group?
Okay, number one is that because we are very choosy, when we actually post out when we have a trip, okay, either local or overseas, you know, depending on where we go, we kind of like choose the divers. In a way, we are choosing divers as well. Why we choose? Because we want to make sure that, you know, like what you said earlier, if I were to have a very drastic difference between the divers who are going to come in, some just newly certified, all right, and then one which is like quite experienced or very experienced, okay, and probably doing photography or video whatsoever. So, you know, we are going to dive at the same place, you know. Then the whole dive, the whole trip will be then based onto the one which is the most inexperienced, okay, and then have to follow his or her pace, right? And becomes a bit, you know, those who are really expecting to get a different experience will be different already, will be disrupted in a way. Okay, so we kind of like choose the so-called who we think the divers are really appropriate to go for the trip. Yeah, in order to ensure that everyone who actually really go for the trip, they really enjoy up to its max, up to its fullest. Yeah, rather than, you know, I have to go and, you know, put it out further, you know, this kind of stuff.
Exactly. It's
so
more
becomes that the group
freedom,
becomes smaller, it becomes a very small range of small amount of people that go for the trip.
Yeah.
And we don't even earn because of that, so small.
Okay.
Very far.
We are all operating dive business here, right? Me, Fred, and you, also Ivan. We all are operating dive business. Of course, this is comes to again. If everyone travels solo, how actually dive business making money? Here is my question. If
Honestly, cannot.
If you yourself going for a trip now, and you go for solo, and I'm going to charge you for a premium, would you actually pay more to just so that you can go for solo?
Actually, I really don't mind. Honestly speaking, I really don't mind. Because if I were to go for a trip, okay, and I have some expectation of the trip, okay, I don't mind paying for it. The first thing when I look into a trip, okay, number one thing is never the price first, is what am I getting first. That is the main thing I look at. What am I getting first? Because you see, if I say something which is expensive, all right, if let's say, for example, MCO over here, I go clubbing. Okay, one night, wow, these people can spend 1,000 over ringgit, 2,000 ringgit one night, wow, that one is say very cheap. You want to go for a trip, if I give you so-called butler service, luxury service, you say 2,000 ringgit is expensive. I give you 5 days, 4 nights, you say expensive. One night you can spend 2,000 ringgit. Wow, I cannot understand. I don't understand. Yeah. So the first one that I will
relatively, when people get charged for premium, it's just compared to the normal service where it's not catered for you. But then when they cater for you, charge for premium, I think sometimes it could be actually more cheaper because you get to power the whole area, right?
So normally is that we the way we organize our trip for our customers, we do it boutique trips. Okay, small amount of people, less than 10. Normally we won't even reach 10. That is including me and Therese. Maybe 8. Maybe 7 or so maximum. Maybe that's how we do it. Okay, and then we actually have the whole place for ourselves, like a private resort. Really just for ourselves, or a private beach house. Just for ourselves. Okay, so all of us will be inside. It will be really customized. But even though the price might be a little bit more premium than the typical dive, but actually, to be honest, we don't need anything out of it, because everything goes back. When you as you know, when you actually go as a dive operator and you want premium services from the other operator who's giving you the service, normally the rates are no good one. You know that, huh? In fact, we've got to pay extra for ourselves also. So we are going there for the experience.
So what about a trip duration? You prefer a long one or you prefer a short one? Apparently, anyone that I know is having the longest trip now. He's have been in Ireland for more than 400 days, I think.
What? Me?
Got 400 days or not?
Over 400 days.
Yeah, he's in Ireland for almost 400 days. That is 1 year plus already. So I think for his choice, it won't be short trip if he can stay in the island. Despite he don't even need to care about the budget of staying in the island. Yeah, the only thing he leave the island is because the budget is limited. Yeah. So what about you? For you, you prefer a long trip or a short trip?
For me, because I prefer to have a longer trip than a shorter trip, especially if, let's say, regardless am I doing a course or am I doing really a fun trip, I would prefer to have a longer trip, because chill just want to really want to chill So let's say for example, I make a trip to Indonesia, okay, to Bali, for example. I mean, relatively it's actually not very expensive, okay, to go to Bali. It's even cheaper compared to go our East Malaysia. It's even cheaper. But you see, I go that far already, takkan 3 hari 2 malam, bro. 3 days 2 nights tak boleh lah. If let's say I go Maldives, also there are some packages selling 3 days 2 nights. Alah, mana boleh, bro. You go that far, you go there for 3 days 2 nights. Go lah.
Your flight and your check-in, your check-out already take you 2 days already, right? And then you spend 1 day in the island, deep water.
Minimum also 5 days 4 nights minimum lah. Minimum. If 6 days, 6 days 5 nights also even better lah. At least you get to really enjoy the whole trip. You get to explore a little more, because I believe if you go any trip, even if you go to Tioman, for example, 4 days, right? How many dive sites can you really go? How many places can you really see? Not many.
Okay.
Not many.
This is an interesting question. I think I'm going to bring up the few more questions later. Now come back up first, since you mentioned that how many dive sites you go. So here is the question. flagger or lagger. It's like you are the person that pinpoint how many location you go, or you are a person that it's okay, you just stay at a location and not living here and there. It's okay to be chill. For me, I'm a lagger. I don't like to go here and there so much. I can spend most of my time in the one single dive site as long as keep going back in and then see the changes of it, different season, different timing. I'm that kind of person. Or you are a person that prefer. I have ringgits, I have tomo, I have tiger reef, lavas, magician. Every dive sites you want to pinpoint a flag on your dive log.
Oh, like that. Okay. If local dive sites like Tioman, Perhentian, all these places, like I frequent to Tioman, as you know lah. Okay, so I don't mind going to the same site. I don't mind, yeah, because I know that actually in the same site also you go a few times. Sometimes you get to see different things also. Yeah, different season, different things. You know, at different time of the day you get to see different things. So there are a lot of things to see even at the same site. Yeah, so I really don't mind. Yeah. If overseas trip, I don't really think too much as well. Yeah, that one I leave it to my boss. My boss I input here.
What about you, Fred? Since you have been in Ireland for so long, you prefer to go back to the same dive sites all the time, or you prefer to explore new dive sites?
First of all, you know, I prefer teaching than diving. So I mean, for me, it's a bit difficult to answer this question because to me, it's I teach. It's not really it's not what I want to do because what I'm doing is actually teaching. So it doesn't really matter what site that I go to for me.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Okay. Yep, I can hear you. Yep, you are clear.
Mm.
Yep. So basically, if you are bringing students, saying because bringing students, you still have your dive number 3, dive number 4, which is technically it's almost like a fun dive. You prefer to bring them to different sites or prefer to bring them to same site and then let them explore a different area of the same site?
For me, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, obviously for the student, I think it'd be better if we take them to different sites. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Andy also mentioned here, it is not the same site provided that you have different direction, different depths, different portion of the site. I think this is quite true as well, especially those people who've been to Tioman before. I mean, how many people are actually going to Rengis the same direction, same depth, same portion all the time, and there are so many others portion is not being really explored by diver.
Yeah, but then again, with diving, you can go to the same site every day at different times. It's always going to be a different story. It's not going to be the same story all the time.
Yeah. Even the same direction, same path, same way you are going. Yeah. So because we are based in Ireland, that's why we have that kind of comment. What about Ivan? Because Ivan is not based in Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah, he is from outside there. Is Ivan's line still okay? Woo-hoo.
He's hanging.
He's hanging. He could be hanging a photo and doing something behind. Yeah, let him come back for a while.
Okay.
I put refresh again. Would it be better? It's dark. I message him underneath. Yeah. So yeah, let's send him a message. Yeah, he's disconnected suddenly. I send him the link again.
Going back to your first question, just now, Dalini made a good comment there. Read the reviews from TripAdvisor and Google Maps and stuff like this. It's a good indication of what to expect on your trip.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think when I look at Google TripAdvisor, I would say it is like 100% things to look at.
Obviously, I mean,
it's not 100% things but then it pretty much tell me a good idea like how bad or how good the resort can be, because there will be some features from the resort, they are not really being published. They are not being being listed down there. But people might accidentally discover it, and then they will comment on it. Then I might want to try something from there. Yeah, the hidden service. Yeah, I think Ivan is trying to connect in, but then the line seems like got a bit of problem. Yeah, we wait for him for again. Okay, never mind. We can continue with our part first. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, back to the long and short thing, and then also the flagger and lagger thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people actually thinking scuba diving is like, I want to go to different places. I would say when you travel, when you go to a place, it doesn't necessarily saying that you 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 go to a place. It's not saying that like going to Kuala Lumpur, going to KLCC means I went to Kuala Lumpur already. Kuala Lumpur can be quite big, and then there will be so many locations. Like Kampong Baru is still Kuala Lumpur. There are so many corners that you can discover. It's not just one single KLCC and that's it for Kuala Lumpur. Same like into a lot of countries, a lot of islands. It can be in different season, different time, different mode. Also, it could be very different as well. Yeah. I think Ivan is still trying to connect.
Yeah, but going back to what I was saying, I mean, even if it's in the same day, I mean, you can go to the site in the morning. In the afternoon, it's going to be a different story. So that's the best part about diving. It's never going to be the same story all the time.
Yeah, same like I think this is what I'm not sure. Ashley, is it still online? Just now I see Ashley is online. She actually came to our dive center before the monsoon, and then she went in for the first dive, and the visibility is so bad. Is that a background music behind?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can ask them to reduce it a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Ivan. Let's connect back to Ivan first. While we are waiting, Ivan, we settle the background music a bit. Hello, Ivan. Let's see. Apparently now everyone is on this kind of Facebook Live and jamming up the line nowadays. Yeah. So line is something really important for everyone here. Ivan? Hi, Ivan. Can you hear us?
Better?
Seems like Ivan's line got a bit of problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Never mind. We add him into stream. Keep it as a black background for a moment. Yeah.
Okay. We just imagine he's there.
Yeah. We just imagine he's there. He will try his best to come in again and again. Yeah. Yeah. So I think when it comes to dive sites, this is the things that I don't really understand about the diver misconception. Is like, I went to a dive site means I seen the whole dive site already. Pretty much a dive site is live. A dive site is different, and every time you get into the water, it's different. Even the same day, the visibility can be extremely different. For example, like the example we try to say again and again is actually the trip. The first dive, the visibility is so terrible where it is about 1 to 3 meter kind of visibility. But then when he came for the next dive, she even decides to say that try not to go for the second dive, but I try to convince her it can be different sometimes. Depends on luck as well. There's no promise lah, this kind of thing. And she went to another dive site. The visibility is like pitch perfect. It's like 30-meter vis. It's like in between is a 2 hours interval, and the visibility is 10 times better. So this kind of thing, I would say, is out of the dive center control. It is out of a lot of our control because Ivan, I can see you. Yeah, your eye is moving. Ivan's eye is moving already. Yes, Ivan is back.
Can you hear us, Ivan?
Hello, Ivan.
Still cannot hear us.
Cannot hear us, but we can see him already. His eye is moving around already. Okay. Ivan. Woo. It's very smooth already. he is pretending it's still lagging. He is pretending not moving, but actually he's moving already.
Oh, I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah, manually act lagging, is it? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. How come KL line can be more worse than the Island line one? Some of me and
we got less people in the island,
we got less people, but me and Fred is sharing one single line at the moment.
We got so few people. Wow, can kill the internet.
Our show got no time limit one, so not really saying that they will be fine after we overrun a bit. It's okay one. It's a very casual things here. So never mind. We can go for this one. Are you going back to the same destination? Just now, the one we are saying about dive sites, okay? The same dive sites, are you going to repeat again? Apparently, most of us, yes and no. Yeah. But again, yes, because we would like to explore a different time of it. But what about destination? The same island or the same beach, are you going back again and again?
Yes. I've actually done a lot of trips where I'm going back to the same place. Yeah, but with different customers.
But what about for your own fun dive? For you, if
my
you
own fun dive. You ask a question very difficult to answer. Long time never go fun dive myself.
Yeah, I understand.
I come. I don't know when was my last fun dive.
Yeah, but thinking of if you have to pay, would you go back to the same place?
Yes. Okay. Like for example, the Thailand LOB trip. Yeah, was actually a luxury LOB trip. And I was there for 3 times. Yeah, we went to the same. The first one was actually towards the North Andaman. Then the other 2 times were actually on South Andaman. Yeah, going back basically also to the same dive sites. But I was with different customers and I treated that as my own fun dive. Yeah, so it's going back to the same dive sites. Yeah, so I don't mind because the second time I went, the first 2 times I went, the first time I went, I didn't get to see what I wanted. Yeah, I went to look for Mantare, tak ada, supposed to be the season, tapi tak ada, dia MCO. Then Dilshah pun datang, dia pun MCO. 2 tahun lalu dia ada MCO dah. Then after that, second year I went, on the last dive, second last dive, dia tiba-tiba keluar. And it came up twice. Then last year also I went, also to the same dive site, and we also saw twice. So yeah, the same dive sites actually. Yeah, but whenever I go to the same dive site, I do also experience different kind of stuff. Yeah, it could be a few reasons, a few factors. Yeah, the one factor is that maybe it's a different time and season. Number 2 also because when you feel that your skills have changed, your skills have been so-called upgraded, then you have different confidence level, right? Then you also see different things.
Would you see that actually going back to the same place as something like going back home, or you found it boring?
I don't find it boring. I can go Rungis every day, no problem.
Now he is acting Gem or he's Gem again. Apparently looks like KL. Then it's Gem already. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So would you? Yeah. Now it's smooth again. Yeah. We can see Ivan is back into something very smooth again. Yeah. So you found out going back to the same place. Would you feel like going back home kind of feeling?
Oh yes. Especially when I go Pontian and also Tioman. It's like going home. It's like really going home.
It's like you know each and everyone in the resort. You know each and everyone in around the kampong area.
Yeah,
and
you feel like you're very comfortable. You know. Basically, it's something that within your expectation. You know how about to do with things. You know, you don't have to like fumble around with a lot of things. So basically, it feels like it's going back home.
It's like balik kampong kind of feeling.
Yeah. Tenggol as well, Tenggol.
So when you all go for scuba diving, would you do any other activities besides scuba diving?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That will come down to who you're going with lah.
The illegal activities. Then now
tak ada.
hang
Kita
or
jangan illegal, okay? Kita jangan illegal. tak boleh.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. Fred, let's get back to our side first. When you go for trips, when you bring customer, actually, I remember before you joined with me in Tioman, you still go out for trips, right? So when you go out for trips, would you?
Really, I mean, the last trip I did was like, and it was like an end season trip, and it was with other dive professionals, I think. So I don't really do trips, no.
Okay. So
Hello?
what about Ivan? Would you do other activities besides scuba diving? I mean,
Yes.
the illegal one we don't mention here lah.
Jangan illegal tak ada illegal.
Happy ending all those.
Memang tak ada illegal. Memang tak ada illegal. I very clean one.
We mean those like family oriented kind of activities like I'm not sure about some others island, but like Tioman we can do like waterfall, hiking. Have you ever participate in something like that or go for kayaking?
Yes. We depends on where we go and whom we bring along. For example, like different places will have definitely different land tours or highlights. Yeah. So besides the diving part, we will also organize some other trips, or some other places to go and visit. Like for example, in Thailand, we will do a visit to the vineyard, maybe probably to the waterfalls, probably to some other places lah. Some exciting places that we go. So it's a mixture. It's not all the time diving. So there will be a time that we go somewhere, maybe to visit the market sometimes. And especially sometimes we make a joke out of it lah. The things that you can see underwater, now you go to the market, you can see.
you might see your mantari, you might see your mola on the table of the market now.
Oh yes. Things like this for local to get them immersed with the local culture over there.
Yeah. So it's pretty much is like an extra, or else we are just pretty much get into another piece of water, which is all the sea is linked together. I mean, it's the local culture that makes a trip difference. Yeah, it makes some things very, very different. Yeah. What about is when you all organize a fun dive trip, would you actually plan in a day that is non-diving at all? It's like
yes. Usually that will be either the very last day, or the very first day itself on the way towards the site. Okay, we also actually have like the excursion to somewhere else.
Like in between, if you have like 9 days things.
Depends on how long the stay is, but most often is that because when we go for an overseas trip overseas trip, we will stay in an actual real private resort, which means that tak ada orang, it's just us only. We power the whole place on. Also, I mean, if you go, there are sometimes we go out adventure out to pergi cari makan. Okay, and that's the most we do. But because we find it's a bit, I mean, leceh lah, you are here, then we have to go and organize logistics again. You have to go all the way to a different place because the places are not very near to each other. Because you get a logistics to go to a different place and a bit leceh lah, mafan. So on the way back, or either on the way towards the dive site, or sometimes, and in fact most of the times, on the way going and on the way back, we do excursion.
I see. So it's usually a dive trip won't be just diving lah, because a lot of people thought it's like, but then how frequent your dive would be? Because a lot of people might want to, when I sell package in all kind of dive show, people is asking me, the first question is like, how many dives? How many dives? Yeah, I always wonder one thing is like, is it the numbers of dives is important for a package? Because instead of giving you a lot of dives and you cannot finish it, and then I charge you in a higher price where you might not even buy it, why not I package in less dive for you? So then you got more time, you can explore the island, explore the places. Which you think that is something better?
Okay, this one usually we have our own answers already. Yeah? In fact, me and Terry also already have our own answers, but we do not want to answer for the customers. We let the customer answer themselves. So normally, our experience is this. When we actually get newly certified divers, or sometimes we actually get still like very gung-ho, those divers, still quite fresh, they will ask you how many dives in this trip. Yeah, they will probably ask you. But after some time, they realize is that, Ivan, one day, 2 dives maximum can.
Yeah, because
you let them answer themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Like one of our very common diver here, Shireen just now who commented, she came to our dive center for 2 weeks straight, and then out of 2 weeks she might just dive for like 4 or 5 days, and out of that 4 or 5 days could be 2 dives a day, or maybe sometimes 1 dive a day. She just wants to spend some time in the island. She just enjoying the island time. I mean, how many instructors of us here are explaining about diving is just part of the activities in island, but not everything in island. That's where I think it's something we should reconsider again as the public out there. Like like Christine just mentioned, like jalan-jalan, cari makan, chill day. It's really fun especially when you go to some island, when I go to Maldives, it's so fun when I can go out and then eat some local food, and then thought it's Indian food, then they will tell you, sorry, we are not Indian, we are Maldivian. We are using different language, it's different, but then to me it's sometimes it could taste a bit like Indian food with the curry, with the masala, everything. So then when I go to Thailand, I might want to just go out to look for some pad thai, and then have a plate of bowl of tom yum, and then some barbecue, whatever. It can be something more relaxing. I mean, if you want me just diving every day, I think it's just not a fun thing. And like what Shireen just said here, every day is a chill day. Dive is depends on the mood.
Yeah, it's easy to do that if you're doing it on a solo trip kind of thing. But if you already like bought a package kind of thing, then it becomes a little bit more difficult because then the other people involved kind of thing. So again, it's pretty much individual preferences. I mean, how you see yourself wanting to do this trip. If it was me, if I wanted to do a chill trip, this is why I normally just go solo. I mean, go up to a dive center and say I want to dive like maybe 1 dive here now, then I want to go chill, that kind of thing. Maybe I come back again later, kind of thing. But if you already bought a package kind of thing, then everything's going to be like set out for you already. So like it's really a matter of preference.
If you don't dive, then you feel the pain, right? It's like I already pay money the package. Give me this thing and then I don't use it and then it's like I'm rugi pula ni. And then if I buy, then I feel tired. That is why I never really enjoy package so much. But then
again, there are certain other people who prefer it to be a package. They don't want the hassle about thinking about this. I just want to go to an island to dive. Kind of thing. You package it out for me. So it's pretty much again depending on individuals.
For most of your customers, they prefer you give them a package or prefer to give them flexibility. Right.
I would say no customers of ours would like to do any part of the arrangements and all this kind of stuff. We will give them package. because as you know, it's a very, very, very tedious job. In order to do this arrangement, it's very tedious, very tedious. You're being the organizer, you're the one macam hot dog tau. You are the hot dog, the sausage tau. You're gonna kepit kat tengah. You're gonna kepit from the customer, you're gonna kepit from the supplier.
The supplier is dive center lah.
You got to do sometimes. So you got to like handle both ways, So and of course, we want it to be easy for the customer, so we take all the load, and it's a very tedious job. So we got to handle both parts. So normally we will give a package, but if let's say during the trip they don't feel like we're going to this number of dives that we're doing, normally we only have maximum also 3 dives a day lah. Maximum lah. If they don't do 3 dives a day, only 1 dive a day, then okay lah, 1 dive a day, that's okay. The plan still goes on, it's fine. There are other things to do.
Customer is like me or not. For me, I don't mind if you don't even package in even a single dive. You just tell me each dive is how much. Then I have my own freedom to choose how many dives I want to do when I get into the trip. But then there is a consultation fees that how much. But then the thing is, the public don't feel like want to pay for the consultation fees. But that's the reality fact, where consultation fees, they don't see it as something that is a work. You just talk to people. You are not working. They see it as that way. But then
lucky my boss is inside here, so she has all the experience in this. She knows, and I can feel
for us. If you want to bring a group of customers to my dive center, you're not just dealing with me, but you need to deal with the ferry, you need to deal with the accommodations owner, you need to deal with so many other things that it's going to be so much more troublesome than just you go for your trip yourself. And then this customer might want to have a premium room, that customer might want to have a budget room, and then they want to stay together, and then they don't want to stay too far away.
That's right.
Okay. Since we are actually live because I really cannot answer for all customers. Maybe you can ask people who are actually inside here. Would they actually mind paying for we say consultation fee, a concierge fee, if someone were to do all the arrangement for them, but they are not diving, the person doing the arrangement for diving, they are doing the arrangement for them. Would they pay that fee for them to the person who's doing the arrangement for them? Would they actually pay for it?
Yeah.
They charge you a certain number. See what their answer would be.
So come on guys, comment.
Comment below, then we can bring up the comment like this. Like Shireen being comment, I just now have been leaving it for too much here. So
maybe you can put in, would you mind paying for concierge fee, a person who is going to do the arrangement for you?
So since we mentioned such a French word thing, so we wonder, you are the diva, okay? The diva or the chill diver. So there are 2 types of divers, right? Where we commonly we can see in the market is either they will be such a diva that I'm such a diva then. I want everything to the best, very comfortable, nicely, or a person just chill as long as I'm relaxed. Don't make me have any hassle. I won't demand much. Keep it basic and simple. I just want to go to the island. So for you yourself, you are pretty much towards which side more?
Me, I'm chill, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm chill.
Definitely,
as long as
is opposite.
as it meets the, as long as my expectations are being managed, I don't think I demand that a lot.
So you consider as a bit more chill, as long as the toilet is clean, like what you said.
Yeah, yeah. Toilet clean, and no big bucks.
No big bug. Yeah.
No big bucks.
A bit of walking distance should be okay. Yeah.
Okay,
and then
I mean, depends on how depends on the overall services.
Yeah. And for me,
how come nobody commenting on the question just now?
Yeah. So I
think you gotta type it out. You put it on the screen. Would you mind paying for concierge fee?
Yeah. Would you mind to pay for concierge fee? I create a new banner first. Would you mind to pay for?
It's hard work, it's really, really hard work. It's not
It
just
is. It is.
very hard work. And I'm not making it's very hard work, like when they get the pity, it's really hard work. See my hand losing everything.
I mean, there are so many people out there. It's like, how many of our hours? I mean, it's not saying that we mind to do this job, but we end up being almost like a FAQ center. It's like a customer concierge, but then at the end, it's not for it. Of course, no one wanna work for free. Of course, you say you want to pay lah, because Christy is another operator also. Yeah, we are wondering, diver out there, would you actually spend money on this thing? Yeah, maybe not now they are commenting, but then I just really curious. I mean, comment below on our post whenever you watch this, it could be a few days later. Would you pay for such a fee that people help you to organize everything nicely, and then they will tell you just the organizing part, it will cost you this X amount of money. Yeah. And I mean, of course, there will be a value that you will feel worth it, and then the person will feel worth it to do so lah. But then I think even any amount, me, Ivan, Fred, we are willing to take, because now that amount is zero in the market. So, but what is the amount would you like to pay for a concierge fee if you have to pay for concierge fee? Yeah, there's no zero. Okay, don't comment zero below. Comment zero below. You'll be not on our priority list on invitation to
She says she don't mind paying. How much does she want to pay?
Yeah, I don't mind paying because it cuts off all the hassle. Yeah. Okay, so how much you willing to pay? I mean, there is no shy if you want to pay for 1 ringgit or 10 ringgit, or even 100 ringgit, 1,000 ringgit, or even 10,000 ringgit. But then, what is your expectation for a concierge service? Maybe you can comment below a bit more, so then we can share on that. Yeah. So, diva or chill. Yeah. So it's like how much you want your things to be. You are a home mover or a traveler? Yeah. For me, I'm a home mover.
Yeah, I know.
I can move almost my whole home to my trip already. Right? Yeah. Or you're a travel light person. Travel light person, I mean, travel light, let me define it to be more exact. Travel light, you should not use any large luggage. It should be just maximum, it will be medium-sized luggage, 1 medium-sized luggage only. Okay, home mover, okay, then there will be no limit, unlimited for you. You want to bring your pot, your gas stove, everything, you also can, right? So Ivan,
as long as my equipment can go into the bag, and I'm good. That's all I need.
Okay.
That's the equipment. Yeah.
What about Ivan?
Me, the max I have is just one backpack. Okay, a very medium-sized backpack, probably like 30 liters backpack, and then that is also not full up. And then my dive bag, that's it.
Then that can consider as really travel light already. Yeah. Because I know Christy last time came to my dive center, someone even bring their own cha, all those kind of patzichou, whatever kind of Chinese herbs come and start to boil.
Next time you please let me know, I also want to come. I also want to drink
Yeah. Okay. And this one also. Yeah. Sure rate depends on the location. If tempat susah nak pergi ke sana such a hassle, then pay more lor. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Because back to our questions here. Okay. Home mover or travel light? I think Dalini, Fred, since it's your student, you think she is traveling light or a home mover?
I think she travels light.
Travels light, with all the potato chips, all bags and bags of potato chips, everything that.
Yeah, I mean, well, compared to you, everyone's a travel light.
I am the most extreme home mover already. Yeah. If the flight allowed me, I think I can bring my whole dive center down there just to supply everything. Yeah. Depends on how much hassle. Yeah. I think most people would actually like to make that trip quite comfortable with all the amenities. Yeah. Now it's interesting. So for those travel light people, would you renting or you use your own equipment? I see Ivan's live yesterday. Yeah, it's interesting that most people actually want to have their own equipment. Yeah, and most people have their full set equipment.
Kaya.
Yeah, but if you go for your own fun dive trip, Ivan, would you actually bring your own equipment or you will rent? Despite that, if like the dive center won't give you any discount,
Okay, now this one depends on what kind of fun dive trip. Let's say it's my technical fun dive trip, I got no choice, I have to bring my own equipment.
Yeah.
But if I'm going for my really fun trip, and like you said, all the price equipment as well, I don't mind using that equipment. I don't mind.
You don't mind to rent the dive center one.
It's already paid for, and honestly speaking, that not to say I better than that, but pretty much most of the equipment to me more or less.
Yeah. It's not so much in an advantage compared to your own personal skill.
Yeah, more or less. Unless it's something that
I even disagree or agree, suddenly hang again. Yeah. Continue with that. Fred, if you because I know you are quite easygoing person, okay? Your equipment can be quite simple as well. But for the public information out there, the person that owns the most personal equipment in our dive center is not me. In fact, the most amount of BCD he got side mount, he got few jacket going on. Yeah. If you travel, would you actually bring
it depends on what type of traveling I'll be doing. I mean, if it was specifically for a dive trip, then yes, I would carry my own equipment. And I won't carry both. I would either choose it to be my back mount or my side mount. It won't be both. But if I was traveling and let's say on another trip and there is a diving opportunity and I didn't have my equipment there, I don't mind renting equipment as well.
Okay, we throw back to the previous questions, the concierge questions again. Kenny actually raised up a very interesting point, a very interesting perspective. The point is why we're willing to pay when diving overseas, but not when we're diving locally. It's like a lot of the service, when it comes to overseas, it sounds like it's worth it to pay. But when you come to local, then okay lah, never mind lah. If you want to arrange, you arrange lah. If you don't want to arrange, then I can arrange myself. That kind of feelings, don't you think that with a person that arrange it or often would be more smooth than what you can do, even though in locally, depends on the location. Okay, interesting. Sorry, own equipment. So, Christy is saying that going to bring own equipment. Your wife just comment. Yeah, if I go Maldives, I don't mind renting. Cost all less than 3 years old. Yeah, equipment. Okay, well maintained, good proper equipment.
Yeah. Maldives is very different. Every 2 years they change the whole set all the equipment.
And
then, the whole dive center, all the equipment they change.
Yeah, because in Malaysia, if you go for really cheap one lah, not saying each and every cheap one also, but then a lot of dive center that sells so cheap because they can't afford to maintain the equipment in such a way. So you might get broken equipment, not in good conditions. Yeah, that's where I think it's harsh for operators in local to operate as well, because when you want to operate, you want to charge higher, then people would expect you to have dive sites like Maldives. But then they forgot the dive sites depends on location. The cost is because of the equipment, the logistics. It's still we still need to pay the same amount of cost. Pretty much all the parts is charged in US dollar, standardly international trade. So your compressor parts won't be cheaper in some countries, won't be more expensive here. Your O-rings would still use the same O-rings that Maldives is using. So, but then when people push the price to such a low, and then they can't manage it, so it creates the unhealthy situation where people, the first thing is that I want to sell you a piece of equipment when you go for a scuba diving course. Yeah, I mean, it's very against to what we have been taught in the academy, where marketing can be something important. But then I don't really like to sell equipment sometimes, because I found it that the user will ask the questions, do you really need me to buy? The diver will always ask these questions. And my answer is like, do you really need to buy, and how often you go? And there are so many people out there thinking of, I buy my own equipment, in the long term, I would save money. But then if you really calculate, the ROI is not even there. It's like you buy a set of equipment, even the cheapest one, I would say, let's say Mares Rover, okay, running about 2,000 plus ringgit for your PCE regulator. And then you save 10 ringgit per dive. You need to do 200 dives in order to cover back that set of equipment. When you do 200 dives, that equipment's already almost the chachat stage already. You will need to buy another set. And then don't forget, you need to factor in, you need to carry that set of equipment around, where it's the same quality as the dive center renting set, that is the cheapest. Yeah. And then you pay for overweight baggage to Asia, and you don't want to pay for the renting of equipment to the dive center. There is some things that we should actually really consider about, like, what is the purpose of me buying equipment? So, how do you recommend your diver to buy equipment? Is like, in what kind of sense you tell them you should buy equipment?
Okay. For me, when I recommend people to buy equipment, whether or not, okay, because usually it's the driver who comes to me and say that they want to buy equipment, and that's where I start to do recommendations on how to buy and how to choose, things like that. Okay, so the part where you save in the long run, okay, now actually many factors comes in place. Yesterday I actually did that live, okay, actually was, I find in a way, so not up to the very detail that I really wanted to actually convey. Now, for example, is that for us as dive pros, okay, most of the time we service our own equipment. All right, when we service our own equipment, we know we can actually get our parts, okay, and then we do it ourselves. All right, so really in the long run, we are actually saving in that case, because we know how much the parts cost, okay, and we don't have to pay for, we don't pay for the manpower fee, because we are the manpower, we are doing ourselves. All right, so in the long run, yes, you are saving, okay. But if let's say you are a owner, okay, of the equipment, all right, so depending on this is the cost of ownership, not cost of purchase, cost of ownership. All right, so what kind of model are you using? For example, you're using very chim model one, wow, very terror, and then the parts are expensive, they send it for service also, they charge you another cut the throat. Okay, then you factor in the number of dives you're going to do in a year, all right, that you could cover. Then, the cost of ownership is expensive. Yeah. So, I would always recommend also, if possible, sometimes things like equipment specialist kind of stuff or maintenance, you as a diver, you also need to know if it better still, and then you know how it operates. You know what's the characteristic of your equipment, and you can get the best out of the equipment actually. All right, so it doesn't mean that you can you throw it to this equipment. I get someone to service, and then they do the job. All right, so it's also good for you to know, okay, to how to service your equipment. But of course, if you really don't like, okay, then you throw it to someone else. You don't mind paying that money. That's okay lah. Yeah, that's okay for you. Don't mind paying that money. Yeah. So whenever we buy equipment, okay, we have to look into the long run. Okay? Look forward looking. Don't buy something which just for that moment in time. Yeah, when you buy the equipment, it lasts you for just we buy. Never mind, I buy my cheap one. Next time I can upgrade. Why? Because this is all you can afford. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. But you know that after you want to buy another fin, for example, actually you can still afford to buy a better fin, but just because you think you're beginner. Then you want to buy another fin, what's going to happen to your old fin? You use the old fin, hit the cow dies, so the fin is still there. Right? Yeah. So you actually get an equipment which is for the long run. Okay? Something that you must also think whether, am I going to use it for maybe for a different purpose next time, for a different type of dive next time. Yeah. So that you can actually choose a fin which can last you longer in terms of not in terms of its lifespan, but in terms of its usage. Yeah, so you don't waste that.
Christy here actually bring out a very good point. Own equipment fits well and rental one does not fit the needs so well. Yeah, because everyone got their own personal preference. You prefer a lighter, a stiffer fin, and then how you like your wetsuit. Okay, the zipper in front, the zipper at the back, thick or thin, and then how should how sometimes even some of the personal items, because the sentimental value of customizing it as well. Yeah, like what I know, Christy actually do a lot of drawings on her wetsuit. Yeah. All kind of graphics going on. It's really it becomes a personal identity, like how I wear a piece of shirt. Would I cut the sleeves? Would I actually wear it such a way? If that is the reason, I think buying equipment is nice. But then Dalini also show up a very interesting point of view, like just because don't know how to maintain the equipment. If you don't know how to maintain, you don't know how to take care, then renting is the way to go. Yeah, it's not about saving the $10 from your fun dive rate. It's not about saving a bit of money by a trip like that. It won't save you a lot, but then in fact, it will create more trouble if you think that way and you blindly go and buy a piece of equipment for no reasons. Yeah.
Basically, I sum up in such a way owning equipment is like this. There are only two factors. The factor is either the cost factor. Okay, if let's say cost is not a factor, you've overlooked already. You've seen past the cost factor. You're going for the comfort and performance.
Yeah.
So if comfort and performance is your priority, okay, you own your equipment. All right, you want to actually have the comfortability. You want to actually achieve certain performance that or to do certain skills, or maybe you really want that literally performance, or comfort. Okay, then you look past the cost value already. Cost value is not an issue. All right, but if cost value is it's a much bigger issue, it's a more priority thing, then I think you can go in stages or just run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here is the questions. Proper educations or experienced dive guide. Would you actually recommend this fun divers to go for a proper courses, or they just go out and look for experienced dive guide that knows it very well? You can only choose one. Of course, the best would be they go for proper education and go for experienced dive guide lah. But then if you have to choose one, which one you would actually consider they should go for when it comes to yeah. What about Fred first? Yeah.
Proper education.
Proper education.
Proper education. Yeah. I mean, again, go back to your open water diver course. It teaches you to dive independent of a dive professional.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you should be doing all the time. Diving independent of a dive professional.
Mm-hmm.
You should have the education, the knowledge that you can do it without a dive professional.
Mm-hmm. Because out there, a lot of divers will like, I go to this place to dive with this person because he is very experienced, so he take care of me. Do you agree with this kind of mentality or mindset? It's like, it's okay. I'm just advanced open water, good enough already. I'm not going to study and learn more about it. I just want to get into water. I can still breathe underwater, and this person bring me around. Then that is good enough. Do you think that is good enough?
In terms of spotting, then maybe you need a local person who's experienced about the what type of marine life that you can find in the site. Then okay, you want an experienced dive guide in that matter. But in terms of the skills that you have as a diver, then again go back to proper education.
Mm-hmm. So you don't expect a diver would put their life bet on you because you definitely be a dive guide before. Hopefully you can take care of them all the time. If I got problem, you should see me first. You won't leave me away. I will stick next to you. if I would come to you that way, would you consider an honor to be seen as an experienced guy, or you feel annoyed or you don't like it?
I might probably feel a little bit annoyed. Yeah.
What about Ivan?
You won't be annoyed if you are paid just to do that job. Then okay, no. If all paid the same, but just because you have to take care of this one person, because you say you must take care of me. No. Okay, you go back to proper education. Experienced dive guide is that you're experienced with that environment. You know where to look for things, or how is that dive condition over there. You know how to dive, but not responsible, or I would say literally, is that dive guide is not responsible. He's not responsible for the safety. Okay, of course, the dive guide will have to choose the condition correctly. Okay, but when you're underwater, you are supposed to take care of yourself. Right? That is bawa you jalan je.
Yeah. Out there, you won't be surprised there will be diver come back out. Why you don't take care of me?
If I come back to the same thing, okay. Oh, Ivan, you must take care of it. Okay, I take care of you. This extra charge must come in, and then whatever question, okay, I do. Never mind, no problem. I do. You come up, I do. You don't ask. When I go up. You follow me. Okay, you don't go away. Okay, when I go down, you go down. You just follow whatever. You don't ask anything. I point where you see.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, again, I'm not sure how the market tends to have that kind of perceptions where the dive guide should take care everything. Yeah, I know. I'm not pushing the responsibility of being a dive guide should not do this part or it should neglect your danger. But then again, how much the safety of a person, it really depends on they themselves again. Yeah.
There's definitely due diligence. There's definitely due diligence that our part as dive pros and also dive guides we need to do. Okay, but at the end of the day, is that why are you a certified diver?
Exactly.
Why are you a certified diver? You are certified. You have license to drive car, right? So it's a driving instructor sitting beside you all the time.
This is a very good metaphor. Yeah. It's like why do you expect a diver or a dive master should be next to you all the time, right? Yeah. So would you consider the dive center safety facility? I mean, in terms of safety facilities, it's like how well they are prepared in terms of their things in the dive center. Would they have oxygen tanks on the boat? Would you even come to the extent like you want to check?
This is really important. This part is really important. This is the part where our part of due diligence. As a dive operator, as a dive sector, this is the part, our part. Because you never like safety, for example, like the emergency oxygen, first aid kit. Whether you're equipped, whether you actually have proper communication system. This is all very important. Not up to the point whereby when you go into the boat says only 12 orang bukan 15 12 orang that includes the boat driver. That one. Okay, this is part of safety. This is part of safety. So this is what we in Club Nomad, we are actually very, very concerned about it. Very, very concerned. So we don't just, like I said, we don't choose a dive operator just because of the price is good. We look at all the factors. Because at the end of the day is that this is the service that at the end your customers is going to actually feel it. Right? You'll be lucky if you choose one which is don't have all this kind of stuff. Never mind, then we just take a boat and then we take our tank but the boat, bocho bro. Ow. Cannot.
Yeah. If you get to a dive center, you know you're paying very cheap, would you still expect there will be safety facility there?
The first thing I wouldn't even go there.
Okay, but then out there, I don't know how many of people, because I know our life could be a lot of them are our friends. We could have some similar mindset there. I'm really curious, like out there, how many people would actually pay for a very low price, and it's okay lah. The oxygen tank is like very rare case. It happens lah. It happens also. It's not so far away from the dive sites. The dive center, we can still go back, or maybe next boat might have it. I don't know how many people out there have this kind of mindset. And until now, as an operator, at least I'm not sure from Fred's side, but then me have been operating in Tioman for 3 years here. None of the drivers, including our very regular customers, have even asked me to, if my briefing, I just tell them, okay, here is where the oxygen located. They never ask the question, can I see it? Can you open up the box and show it? Make sure the oxygen is there. Or if
the first thing here is that people don't even know that all these things exist. As a normal driver, they don't even know that, I got oxygen kit. What the heck is oxygen kit? They ask you. They don't even know this. But we know that these are all essential items. Because we never know when we need it for emergency. The emergency malah tak berbawakan, bro. They won't tell, hey, the problem coming, I'm coming. The emergency coming, I'm coming. No, there's no warning for this. There's no pre-disclosed warning for this. So that's why a lot of divers, they won't ask. They expect, they take for granted things are there already. So a lot of divers don't even know that these things are there. But we know because we have seen things happen before.
It's like
we need them to be ready.
It's like during our open water course, as an instructor, me, you, and I know Ivan also. I've seen Ivan teach before as well. We do actually show them where is the oxygen tanks, everything. But then, how many of our students, when they complete the course, when they go out, they actually being the so-called being labeled as mafan, quote and unquote, person that actually go to any dive operator. Hey, I want to see your oxygen. Your oxygen full or not one? How long this oxygen tank can last? No one actually asked this question. I'm just waiting one day my customer will come to me and ask these questions. I will be so proud of that customer, and I will definitely try to promote that instructor who has taught this customer. It's a rare thing, People is like, I don't care. I get on my. I don't even want to listen to your briefing. I want to get into water as soon as possible. And they don't even care like the dive center, the first aid kit, are they usable? Is it the medicine there? Is still new? Yeah, this is the thing that I think the fun diver out there is something to take notes on that. Yeah.
I feel that because here in Malaysia, at least I can speak for just Malaysian divers, that we are very fortunate. Yeah, we're very fortunate that a lot of things are actually pretty bad. Okay, now I actually have a diver here, Thomas. He's from Australia. Okay, and you can ask Thomas is that diving in Australia, there's some people who why they actually buy everything their own equipment because even to access a dive center, all right, it's actually difficult, and they want to go diving so that they have their own stuff. So which means that they have to plan just like an operator here. They have to plan from A to Z, right up to all the safety equipment, everything. They've got to plan everything themselves. They're going themselves. Yeah, they can just drive around the coast and then, oh, there's a pretty nice site. Let's go down for a dive. All right, so they have to bring in their own scuba tank. They have to bring in all their emergency oxygen kits and stuff like that. Just get them back. Make sure everything is there. Then they go for the dive. They plan for the dive. All right, they probably ask the guy walking around, hey, do you know this dive site where? Then become the discovery dive, the local discovery dive already. This is how you go, and then they start go diving already. All right, a dive center around the area. Yeah, so they're going to plan everything. But I think over here we are quite fortunate that everything is covered, all covered already. So they don't have to think for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, like sometimes me and Fred, we actually ask the diver, hey, you go down the shore dive in front of our dive center with your buddy lah. They'll be like, no guide, no dive guide, no one bring us. How? Compass lah. I don't really know how to use the compass. That actually show how it suddenly becomes a concern for me and Fred to allow diver to dive with us again. With so many equipment, yeah. Then
bayar je. Remember to pay,
yeah, I think if the dive center in Malaysia, every dive center, the dive guide starts to charge for a price, then the world will change a lot. Like Australia, they will start to learn it properly, do it properly, so then they can get into the shore.
Yes. Yeah, in Australia, from what I know from my divers in Australia, they can go on an LOB, okay, or you can go on a boat trip, okay, and the boat trip will only bring you to the place only. The guy will not actually, the dive guide will not go down with you. All right, we'll just bring you to the place already. After that, you jalan sendiri, tell you, give you a briefing on how to go. Okay, you go and dive, you come back at this certain time. Okay, if you want a dive guide, ni dia, bayar.
One fun dive price is our Malaysia ringgit punya price, but in Aussie punya tax. Yeah, seeing that it somehow come without guide. Yeah. I do check before because when I go to Gold Coast, I do check the price before. It's so scarily expensive, but then it doesn't even provide guide. So if Malaysian diver we want to go to a country to dive like that, you'll be so shocked by the culture and how well our diver is prepared for that. It's really
there are certain places where it's a mandatory thing to have a dive guide. Yeah, but of course there's this maybe there's an association or something where they all agreed to actually charge at a certain amount of rates. Yeah, it's agreed. Yeah, so it's mandatory that you must have a dive guide. Yeah, for example, like in Maldives, in Thailand, you must have a dive guide. Yeah, you tak boleh sendiri. Yeah, you cannot even the certificate money cannot. You must have a dive guide. But they already agreed. Okay, there's a amount of rate that you have to pay, and you have to comply.
Okay, so pretty much that's our 12 questions here. For those who missed the part, you might want to go back to our Facebook again. In a while, the video will go back to live. First 30 minutes, that's where the loading is. And then about 1.5 hours would be our live. Actually, today we extended a bit because usually our live is about 1 hour. We extend a bit due to the technical errors, due to the line jam a bit, so then we can cover in a more comfortable mode. Yeah. So yeah, if you all have any other questions, okay, I have the shout out below. Send into the email links below, and I will forward it to Ivan as well. So we will still answer this together, and we try our best to solve all the questions regarding fund life for our diver out there. And the main aim is not about to sell you a fund life here. The main aim here is to have the correct information being spread out there again and again. That's the reasons me and Fred is here doing live almost every 5 o'clock, almost every day. Not every day, but then we try to do it quite frequent during time where we are quite free as well. Yeah, so we try our best to invite friends coming in. Like again, shout out to Ivan. He's running Club Nomad. Yeah, he's running Club Nomad. So those who are in Kuala Lumpur who needs to arrange for some other locations, then you can look for Ivan. He do also arrange trips to Tioman as well. So if you don't want the hassle, you won't mind to pay for the concierge fee. Yeah, so feel free. Yeah, give Ivan some concierge fee if he join us. Yeah, and then yeah, Ivan can then arrange for a better dive center. Yeah, come to a dive center which is we set up nicely small groups.
Cabana.
Yeah, Cabana. Thanks for that as well. Apparently, we are here. We try to do it as our passion. I know Ivan do have a job as well. It's not the full-time job. Of course, me and Fred, we are full-time here. But nothing more than we just like diving. I think if as a job, Fred won't stays in Island for almost 400 days now. And as a job, I think I would operate a dive centers that can make more money, bring in bigger groups. Yeah. So that's where what we are doing is simply because that's our passion. In fact, we are going to have more live videos where we are going to invite more friends to come in to share. Simply, it's just for the whole community. In fact, today we want to bring in more divers, fun divers. It's not dive pros. Their reasons is just I don't look good on live. I'm really shy, all these kind of things. But then they still, thanks very much. They still comment a lot onto our live, add into it. Keep going on with this. We use this time where we can stay at home, free, to spend some time to discuss about, rethink about our dive industry, how the whole dive environment should be. Maybe we need to revamp. Maybe we need to do something to make it better. Yeah. So through this kind of discussion, we hope it will be a different world once we release for freedom again. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. Thank you.